Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sash. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello, hotties, and welcome back to another fun little sexy episode of Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and I'm so excited to be back with you all on this chilly little Tuesday. Girl, why the fuck did I wake up this morning and it's 65 degrees outside? The fall is not here yet. I am hanging on to as much summer energy as I can. There is something called the solstice, okay? There is an equinox coming up. That's when I'll start celebrating fall. That's when I'll start breaking out the pumpkins. Don't worry, I have a million fucking fall recipes lined up for you, but I am not going to start baking pumpkin bread, pumpkin mac and cheese, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin muffins mid-August, end of August. That's not happening. No. But I have been seeing a lot of videos recently of people saying this is supposed to be a cold winter. So mentally, I am starting to shop and prepare. I really am just battening down the hatches so this winter does not beat me over the head like it usually does. But enough of that being said, I hope you all are doing fantastic and well this week. I honestly had a pretty good little week. I was supposed to take horseback riding lessons starting last week, but it was like 98 degrees last Tuesday. Yeah, big change between this Tuesday and last Tuesday. And they texted me. They're like, hey, just so you know, like, we don't do any lessons. Like, we shut the whole barn down essentially if the weather is over like 95 degrees because it's just unsafe for riders. It's unsafe for horses. It's unsafe for people to be working in that kind of heat, nor do the horses really want to be working in that kind of heat. But if I was a horse and it's 98 goddamn degrees outside and you're putting this fucking giant person on my back and expecting me to do like an hour of like walking, hell no. I am laying down and dying and killing the person on top of me. So I appreciate that they were like, yeah, we don't do this, because A, that shows me they care, and B, it puts a little bit more trust into them, because I know that they care about their horses. They care about what they're doing. They're not just going to be like, okay, for the sake of $60, let's put people in compromising positions. Hell no. So actually, I will be starting them today as you're listening, which is very exciting. I'm excited to start this new journey in my life. I'm entering a new era. It's a season change. We're rounding up to a new season, to fall. Every time we enter a new season, I feel the sense of I need to shed my skin and like be reborn physically, mentally, spiritually into a new person. So I am feeling that call to action. We'll get into what that is for me. But this week I didn't really do anything crazy, just kind of hung out, did my own thing, playing catch up from my vacation. So a lot of cleaning. It was a new moon, so my brain was like not letting me sleep at all. So I was just up late, literally like dust mopping my fucking walls. Yes, I am insane. Yes, when you turn 25, you will start mopping every single part of your house. Do not worry. Everything clicks into place. If you're young, if you're in your young 20s, everything clicks into place eventually. Do not worry. Just give yourself time and patience. That's all you really need in your early 20s. But this weekend I decided to go out. So me and my coworker, and then also my friends, they decided to join me, which was really, really fun. There's this club down in like the West Bottoms of Kansas City, which is like the industrial district. It's where I used to go party when I was like really young. Back in my rave days, I used to go party down in the West Bottoms all the time, because there was this underground like warehouse that held like after party raves until like 8 a.m. It was the best, and it was the best in my opinion at 18 years old, because it was bring your own booze. Yes, no regulations, babe. I'm talking warehouse. You had to find like a specific door where you could maybe see neon lights shooting out the fucking edges, and then knock and hope for the best. I think it was like $5 cover, bring your own whatever the fuck you want to drink, whatever substance you want to drink. There were like couches out, there were vendors. It was crazy. I don't know why I was spending so much goddamn time in this warehouse. Hello, so spooky, scary. But when I was in my rave phase, I used to spend a lot of time there, and then over COVID it got shut down. I remember one time I was there, they're like, the police are here, you gotta go. And the police were like, what the hell is going on? Like, we're not arresting any of you guys because there's too many to even do that. Kansas City police do not fucking care. A cab, period. But I think back, like, now that I said, you know, my brain is kind of finally developing and I feel a little bit more stable, I think back to the compromising positions I used to put myself in for the sake of partying when I was younger. And I'm like, I didn't need to be there. I didn't need to be doing that. But, you know, at least I had a good time and everything ended up working out in the long run, I guess. But I used to party down there all the time, and over COVID, it got shut down. And then, I don't know, of course, like during COVID, the party scene was gone. I was kind of forced to get sober over COVID, which was really nice, minus mushrooms. I did a lot of mushrooms during COVID. Wow, is this honesty hour? Did I take a truth serum this morning? I feel like every episode is a truth serum episode. But I am kind of dressed as if I'm in like, ooh, it's girls' night. I got my glasses on because my contacts are all fucked up. I'm going to the eye doctor on Thursday. I got my little matching 2-piece lacy set. Like, I feel like we're at a little girls' sleepover. So, of course, we are giving 3 a.m. confessionals kind of energy. 3 a.m. truth serum energy. Anyways, post-COVID, that area has really, really developed. So it's so funny walking past like the old warehouse that I used to go party in when I was younger to a new warehouse where, you know, it's just way better vibes. But it's called In the Lowest Ferns. Honestly, I love it there. The people who work there are so, so, so sweet. They always have fantastic music, new DJs coming through. They do like an outside area every once in a while where they put up this big airplane hangar and you can like party outside. It gets busy on those nights, so I don't go. I like to go on the chill nights, let's be honest. But yeah, my friend had taken like a really big test and she's like, I just need to like blow some steam off. I just need to go like dance it out. And my other coworker, she's like a freak. I love her down and she loves to dance it out. So I was like, all right, let's fucking go. It's so funny. I ended up meeting, I didn't realize I knew the DJ. I didn't look too much into what was going on that night, but I ended up knowing the DJ and his friend from my Omaha days when I was in art school, or not art school up there, but when I was in the art scene up in Omaha. So like, oh my God, small world. Of course I gotta be at the front dancing it out, holding the vibes down. And one thing about me, I'm gonna make the girls comfortable at the club. You know, like I feel like a house mother whenever I'm at the club. I'm like, I've earned my awards. I've earned my stake here. You know, I've earned my place. Let me help you find your place. And there was all these girlies, probably like mid-20s, who were celebrating a birthday. And I could tell they were like, should we like go behind, like, oh my God, should we go behind the DJ booth? Like there's a spot open, like should we just go back there? And they were kind of like looking around for permission, and I was like, girls, go back there. I was like, literally, you're fine, don't even worry, like just go back there. The only requirement is if you're going behind the fucking DJ stand, the DJ booth, you have to hold a vibe. I'm talking, you are now a go-go dancer and you need to be holding the vibe down behind those men. Do not stand there, arms crossed, sunglasses on, mean mogging the girls who are actually at the front dancing. Hell no. What rancid vibes are you creating for the environment right now? You need to hold it down, throw some ass, act like you're the sexiest, hottest person in the entire world. Because you are. So hold that energy, but go back there. I was like, no, literally, you're fine. Go back there. As if it's my club. I'm like, no. I saw the opening. I saw the weariness. And like, they just needed somebody to be like, you're fine. So I gave them the okay. And best believe they held it down. They were throwing ass for the fucking VHS camera that they were recording on. It's like, yes, queens, yes, girls. But it was a blast. I had a good time. I do like to go out dancing every once in a while. I just need to get out of the house and especially like blow off some steam after just like a long work week, or just, I have a really bad habit of locking myself inside for too long. And I do need to like make it a goal of mine where like I need to go out at least once a week at the very least, or at least once every other week. Maybe let's start there. And I feel like I have gotten my drinking under control. I definitely have my alcoholic genes in my system, you know, thank you to my ancestors for those. But when I used to go out drinking before, it would be like I have one drink and then I want a shot and then I want another shot and then I want to take shots with these people and then I want to have this drink and then I want to have this drink. And I would wake up the next morning feeling so horrible and awful and just like, oh, well, what did I do? Like, I don't remember. I'm practically blacking out. Like, oh my God, who spiked my drink after my 18 fucking vodka shots? Yeah, no, you spiked your own drink, babe. I just am not there anymore because I know how it makes me feel. Like, I've done it enough times that in my brain, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I started limiting myself to three drinks. And usually I do it as like, I'm gonna have two at home because hello, saving money. I have my 3-liter box of wine that I get for $20. Let me have 2 glasses of wine while I'm getting ready before I go out, and then, get ready, go out, and then maybe have one more drink while I'm there. Ideally, I have 3 drinks at home. I get there and then I party and only drink water until I'm like kind of sober, and then I dip out. So then I'm not just out super, super late. I feel like that is the perfect recipe if you're trying to go out and like not ruin your entire life and not wake up the next day feeling like you got hit by a fucking bus. 3 drinks. 3-drink rule always holds me down. But yeah, it was a good little week. It was nice and warm. It's starting to cool down a little bit. I am like so tempted to break out all of my fall stuff. I'm not there yet. Hold on, girls. Hold on strong. We can love a little bit more summer. I'm a little Kansas girl. I'm a little Missouri girl. Actually, I don't claim Missouri. I do live here, Kansas City, but I was raised in Kansas. Yes, Kansas girl down. So I don't consider end of summer until the sunflower fields bloom. How adorable. Are you kidding me? But out in the country, like where I used to I grew up on the edge of the country and then like the suburbs. But every end of summer there is like one farm that grows like miles and miles of sunflowers for people to like come take photos, and so I don't count it the end of summer until I see those sunflowers in bloom and I get to go out there and take some photos. So I think that's happening this week. And I will be out there taking photos. Yes, Kansas girl things. Enough of me rambling. I know you're like, bitch, shut up. Girl, get to my questions. And I hear you and I love you and I understand you. But that's what I was up to this week. Thanks for catching up with me. I don't know if you guys like my little story time rambling sessions, but listen, I could go for hours. You know me. I'm sure you guys are going through a lot though, especially considering this most recent new moon, which kicked off our eclipse season. Yes, eclipse season is in full swing. I don't think we need to be too worried about eclipse season. The same way like Mercury retrograde works, I think with the stars and with, changes in astrology, you see a lot of videos online of people just fear mongering. And like, yeah, if you're a horrible, awful person who's reaping horrible, awful benefits, maybe you should be a little fucking afraid. But no, I think for the average individual, for the average human being, these are just changes that bring forth a lot of transformation, a lot of understanding. And through transformation, understanding brings security in self, security in future, security in just understanding of self, which I think is really, really beautiful. So if you always look on the right side of things, guess what? You have nothing to worry about. I guess while we're on the top of eclipse season, we can go ahead and go over what to expect. So we had a new moon in Virgo, which was essentially bringing clarity and balance to maybe things that felt unbalanced. It's bringing a sense of like, I compare it, mid-20s, your brain like clicks into place. I think the new moon in Virgo definitely had that same clicking into place feeling that your brain fully finishing developing does. So whatever realizations that occurred on this new moon, however uncomfortable or even however loud that they may have been, these are going to be kind of the themes that we carry along through this eclipse season. Eclipse season essentially opens what is very much so called a portal, which allows us to accelerate change, create profound personal and collective transformations, and once in a lifetime evolutionary opportunities. Essentially, we are being asked to set clear, practical intentions, commit to taking action on them, and revolutionize their identity from the inside out. New moons carry the energy of new beginnings, which I think is a fantastic, good omen for eclipse season, where it is essentially, we're like cleansing the slate, we're cleansing our palette, and we are setting forth on what we truly desire. We had that new moon in Virgo at 0 degrees, and it's a sign of connecting to the feeling that we are standing on the edge of a new chapter. Like we are standing on new beginnings. Like I said, I am very much so in the new seasonal transformational change, new transformation mindset. Like I am ready to go after everything that I've ever wanted. So I really don't think that this is something to be fearful of or scared of. I do think this will be kind of like the kick, the jump start that we need to really take hold of our lives, to look around us, to take accountability, to enact change and transformation in the areas that we so desperately desire to do so, but maybe don't have the energy or inspiration to do so. So I think it's fantastic news. I think it is a perfect time to be going through an eclipse season, especially towards the end of summer as we're entering the fall season, where we ask ourselves, what do we need for this hibernation time? What do we need for getting through winter? What do we want to carry with us into this next year? And what do we want to leave behind? These are all themes that are probably on your mind. And these are themes on your mind for a reason. Listen to them. Listen to your heart. Listen to your intuition. Okay. Get real with yourself, because if you're not real with yourself, the universe will be, period. Anyways, with that being said, hopefully that's a dose of inspiration you need going into the rest of this episode. Let's get into everything on your minds. Someone said, any good period products you recommend? Period panties worth it? I've never tried the period panties. I swear by this, period. You don't need to pay. I don't know how much the period panties are, but knowing that it's for women's periods, it's probably going to be 10 times the price that it should be. Unfortunately, hello, why is an individual tampon like $1.25? What the actual fuck? Anyways, the only thing you need for like free bleeding, which I'm a huge proponent of, men out there, shut the fuck up. I'm a woman going through my period. If I want to do something, I'm allowed to do it. But free bleeding, love it. Does that mean I'm like pussy out on the fucking subway, pressed against the fucking subway seat? No, it doesn't. That's what men assume it is. But like, it just means when I'm at home, like, hello, I'm gonna give her some time to breathe and relax. And all you need is like Hanes men's boxers, not boxer briefs. I don't know the difference. Is boxer briefs when it's like more airy, like more so like a short? No, I'm talking like the tight ones, the tight ones, the form-fitting ones. Those are what you need. That's all you need. First of all, fantastic 100% cotton usually, so she actually can breathe, and they're so easy just to throw on. You feel like, kind of like you're in a diaper, but not horrible. If you want to throw a pad on inside of it, they fit perfectly. But that's what I free bleed in. I don't use period panties, girl. Just some classic cotton Hanes boxers. They are everything to me. Honestly, just that, and I love a sticky heating pad. Heating pad no matter what, especially when I was going through my ovarian cyst situation, which it did end up going down, thank God, but I love a sticky heating pad, especially if you're like on your feet or have to work a lot. You can't just like sit with a heating pad. I love a sticky heating pad. You can get them on Amazon. I always get the ones that also have like lavender infused in them. Fantastic. Because can we talk about the smell of period blood? Can we, girls, sleepover, can we talk about the smell of period blood? Why does it smell so much like dirty old change? Like, why is it giving pennies? Why is it giving rusty pennies? Hello. Like, no matter how clean you are down there, no matter what you do, like the blood in itself, I don't know what it's infused with. It is not normal blood, that's for sure. Maybe it has magical powers. It does. We are kind of like portals, but the smell is crazy. You ever been in like I remember in high school, it'd be like you're going into the bathroom, the girls' bathroom, and I'm like, oh my God, everybody's on their period right now. Like you can absolutely smell it through the halls. And this is no shame. This is just the reality of life. Like, truly, don't even worry about it. It really is just the raw reality. Like, best believe when I'm in those Hanes boxers in bed, I do not give a singular fuck. But yeah, the sticky heating pads with the lavender essential oils, you aren't going to smell like rusty pennies. And then also it just has like calming effects. I've used it for like if I'm on my feet working, just moving around, but I need a heating pad because it's just like, oh my God, my ovaries are going to explode. I also used them while I was getting my IUD, which I found very, very helpful because I felt like with the heat, it immediately just like loosened up my muscles a bit naturally. But that's all I swear by. Sticky heating pad with lavender if you're feeling spunky, and then also literally Hanes boxers. How important do you think physical attraction is in the relationships? I think chemistry and attraction are number one. I don't think you can be in a relationship with somebody you are not attracted to. And I don't mean attraction on like a physical level. I think like love languages can be an attraction, chemistry can be an attraction, the way you communicate with each other, the energy that you kind of have with each other, that spark, okay? It doesn't mean you have to like look at them from across the room and be like, that's the sexiest man in the entire world, bring him to me. I mean, it can be that way, but I do think attraction in general, maybe not physical attraction, but attraction needs to be there. I think it is the basis of all healthy relationships. And I do think a lot of relationships fall apart when people lose attraction, when people are like, okay, maybe we're not on the same page anymore. Maybe we've lost that chemistry. We've lost that spark. You know, maybe you've let yourself go. You stopped taking care of yourself the way you used to. It is what it is. But I do know in our hearts, deep down as human beings, we do need that initial spark, that initial chemistry, that initial attraction to build the foundation of a relationship. What are some good natural beauty enhancers? Ooh. Okay, I'm starting a new series on the podcast called Edible Thoughts because this is my new routine at the end of the night. Instead of smoking all day, because I just don't get anything done. And then like by the end of the night, I'm like, ooh, brain dead. That's not going to help. I started just like waiting. I'll have like a glass of wine while I cook dinner, and then I'll eat dinner. And then after dinner, I'll pop like an edible or two, usually around like 7 to 10 milligrams is what I'm going for. And I turn into, you know, essentially the Willy Wonka grandpa in bed, and I have the craziest thoughts and feelings, and I started writing them down to share with you guys on the podcast. Of course. Can't leave you guys out. But this was one of my edible thoughts. I was like, oh my God, you know the saying, your body is a temple? Boo, lame, you know, because I feel like all the people who are saying it in a shameful way. Like, how dare you do that? Your body is a temple. You shouldn't treat it that way. Ew, I don't like shame. I don't engage in shame. I hate shame. It is like the number one way to kill your soul and spirit. But technically, your body cares for your soul. You know, it houses your soul. So I do kind of need to treat it with the same kindness as a temple, you know, like the same way like nuns or priests, whatever, they really care for their church. They take time taking care of it. Monks, like this is their place of worship. This is where their spiritual soul is housed. They take extreme dedication and care to caring for the grounds, to making sure that it is well maintained. And I don't think our bodies are really any different. And I think it also like clicked for me last night when I was thinking about this, because I feel like me and my body have always been in competition with one another, where it's like, oh, but what about this? Oh, but comparison to this person. Oh, but if I tweak this thing. Oh, but like it's always been kind of that competition mindset, when in reality, I think I could heal a lot of that competition mindset if I just start thinking of it like, no, this is this beautiful vessel for my soul, and it is like divine in the same sort of way, so I need to care for it in that divine sort of way. And that kind of brings the fun back to it. You know what I mean? That kind of brings the fun back to like having to pay attention to your body, or even just like wanting to care for yourself, because it comes from more like a glamour, magic, self-care sort of way. And I love that. I really do. But natural beauty enhancers, honestly, I've been on my tea grind lately. I think tea is so amazing, so beautiful, especially some green tea or some peppermint tea or a little chamomile action. Ooh, my skin has never looked better or more juicier, truly and honestly. I think green tea in itself is like such a major detoxer. Okay. No, like genuinely, I think it does a fantastic. Like I'll eat a whole cognac combo and then hit it with the green tea. Best believe I feel like it neutralizes the damage I did. So I love a tea. That's been big on my list recently. Also rose water. I've been incorporating rose water into my like a beauty routine. If I need like a refresh throughout the day, I'll hit my face with a little rose water. Before I do my makeup, I'll hit my face with a little rose water, whatever it may be. If I'm like going out for the night, but I've had my makeup done all day, little rose water, spice it up. My esthetician put me onto that when I was just like, she like finished off the routine with it, and I was like, what the hell is that? And I'm gonna need to purchase it immediately. So I love a rose water spray. That's a little tip for the girlies. It's also kind of glamour magic because it's just showing yourself a bit of love, devotion, kindness. This is not really a natural beauty enhancer, but this is a PSA I do need to give the girls. Do not use fabric softener if you get body acne. Do not use fabric softener if you get body acne. This is not what you need to be doing. This is going to give you more acne. Absolutely. I didn't realize because I was like, oh my God, my back is breaking out like crazy. What did I do? What did I do? My facialist was like, well, do you use this? I was like, no. Well, do you use this? Oh, well, do you use fabric softener? I was like, well, yeah. Like, I need my sheets to feel like I'm climbing into a cloud. Hello. Of course I use fabric softener. I want them to smell cute and fresh. Like, yes. She was like, yeah, it's that. Oh, so I stopped using fabric softener and guess what? 10 times less acne. I'm telling you guys, do not use fabric softener if you get acne. And yes, I'm a acne girl. I can't help it. I can't help the genes I was born with. I don't know what it is. But yeah, stopped using fabric softener and it has changed my life. Oh, also, someone was asking for just like more girly tips. You know what I mean? Because I shared the Veet X African net sponge situation that I did last week, and I have been on that grind recently. I actually just did it yesterday, and I don't know, it gets me smooth, but I feel like I could be smoother. Of course, like a wax would probably do the most, but I have been on my VX African net sponge. I think if I don't use the V, if I still go back to shaving, I will use the African net sponge still because, oh my God, it makes my skin so fucking smooth. I did Veet my butthole for the first time yesterday, which was interesting because I was very afraid I was going to get a third-degree burn on my butthole. I was very, very afraid. Everything I Googled said, do not do it, do not do it. But sometimes Google and my friends, recommendations differ. So I asked her, I was like, do you think I can use it down there? She's like, hell yeah, I use it in the creases and the folds. I use it everywhere, girl. Like, you're fine. Just don't leave it on for 25 minutes. Like, hello. Don't leave it on too long. So I did. I'll tell you what, she's smooth as hell. She's smooth as hell. I feel like maybe I'll keep doing it in like the creases, like the armpits and stuff, but the legs, I find my legs to shave like way faster. I've just been doing it for so many years. So 2 minutes, I'm done, honestly. I think those are all the newer beauty tips that I've been using recently, but if I come up with more, best believe you girls will be the first to know. Frat party safety. People keep getting spiked. Yeah. Okay. College drinking safety 101. Do not drink anything the frat is providing you. That is the biggest key to safety. Do not drink anything the frat is providing you. Oh, here's my beer that's already open. Nope. Oh, here's our jungle juice. Nope. Oh, drink out of this wine bag. Nope. Unless you're literally opening it in front of me, or maybe like a keg, because I don't know if you can spike a keg. I don't know the spiking technology nowadays. Do not drink anything a man puts in your hand. Period. It really is like that. And if you are going to like a frat party, just bring your own, like get a handle, drink a little bit in the dorms. Please be careful. Do not black out. Okay. The goal is not to black out. The goal is to have a good time, get a little tipsy, bring the drink with you so you have something to hold on to so you're not like desperate when you get there and willing to drink the roofie punch. You know what I mean? Make sure you are going to these parties with people, multiple people. Make sure you are going to frat parties with your friends who are there, who are good friends, who will care for you, who will take care of you, and make sure you get home safe, who are aware of your surroundings. The least safe girls to party with in college are the ones who are boy crazy, because they will leave you dead on the floor to go hook up with a man, and I think that's so fucked up. Do not ever put your friend's safety aside for what flirting with a man who flirts with everybody. It's not worth it. You need to make sure that like you are there with your girls, and like sure, you can flirt, you can do your little thing, you can hook up if you want to, but make sure you are holding each other accountable, where it's like is this a safe situation? You know, does my friend approve of it? Is she like, yes, he's hot, girl, go for it? You know, am I not like blackout drunk? Like, make sure you're holding your friends accountable and that you guys are committed to going home at the end of the night together. Does that make sense? Do not ever enter a bedroom at a frat party, you know, even if he's like, oh yeah, come to the bedroom and smoke with me. No, we can go outside and do that, you know, hello. And also, if anything happens, it's not your fault, period. It really isn't. And you should press charges. I do think so, absolutely. Oh, and share locations. Share locations. You're young, you're having fun. It's okay if like you guys go off on little side quests. I get it. I am such a side quest girly. When I'm drunk, I'm like, I'm running away from my friends to go do this. Like, I'm running away to go do this. I'm on my own adventure. I can't help it. You know what I mean? Make sure they have your location. So yeah. Key tips. A, don't drink anything from the frat party. Make sure you buy your own alcohol. Make sure it is safe and sealed. B, make sure you're going with friends who hold you accountable, friends who want the best for you, friends who want to take care of you. C, stay away from closed doors, okay? And D, share location. And E, A, B, C, D, E, yeah, like I said, if anything happens, do not blame yourself, but always keep priority number one, taking care of yourself. Amen. I think the frat in my college that spiked the most people was Pike. I think Pike, go to Pike, you're getting spiked. That was the saying. That's so fucked up. But like, thank you for the warning. Was I ever at a Pike party? No, I was not because of that. Thoughts on getting a boob job as a member of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee? How old are you? And can you give it a couple more years? Because I used to consider myself a part of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee, which like, I don't know if you're staring at my boobs right now, but they're a solid B. I would give them a solid B without a bra. They're a solid B. Well, depending on the time of my cycle. Because what's funny about a cycle is sometimes I'm having like a really good boob day, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, did my boobs get drained of all of their like magic and energy? I don't know what it is, but I'm a solid B. And for a long time, I've always been like, do I get a boob job? 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 Because my mom, like, not to blow up her spot, but she has fantastic boobs. Fantastic. To the point where I literally asked her, I was like, did you get a boob job, Mom? Why don't I have those? What the fuck? I ended up just getting like my dad's genes. Like, the women on my dad's side of the family definitely are on the smaller side of things, which, hey, no hate, you know what I mean? But my mom was like, honestly, I didn't really develop at all until my later 20s, and also mostly after giving birth. And like, she only breastfed one kid. I was not breastfed. Does that explain anything? But she's like, just wait it out. Who knows what'll happen? And then also, like, if you're gonna get it, if you want to have kids, do it after you have kids, because then they'll probably like sit better, and you know, there won't be as much like room to mess around. Like, if I got a boob job before kids, and if I decided to breastfeed, like, my boobs look completely different, even though I had a boob job. Like, they wouldn't look the same, just because, I mean, pregnancy and having to breastfeed changes so much about your anatomy. So that changed things for me. I was like, okay, maybe I have hope. And I will say, the older I get, the bigger my boobs get. The more I take care of my body and like also allow myself to gain weight like healthily, and, you know, allow myself to develop as a woman, the bigger my boobs get. So I'm giving it time. I really don't want to do any sort of like invasive medical surgery on my body until like later in life, you know, if I do decide to do that, because I'm young and I don't need to put my body through any of that trauma right now. That's for sure. Also, when we're this young, like, do we really have the finances to be doing that? You know, like $20,000 for a boob job, I could spend that on, oh my God, what could I spend that on? I could spend that on an amazing vacation. Like, I could literally take 3 months out of my year and just go on vacation, you know, for $20,000. What else could I do? Like, the world is your oyster. But then again, I'm not going to sit here and shame you into not doing it. If it's something you want to do, like, I am all about, you know, women's autonomy and doing whatever they want to do with their bodies. But I will say, as I grow older and like just going through second puberty and, you know, seeing how my body is changing into more of like a womanly figure from like my stick skinny figure that I had in like high school, you know, I am realizing that like I just need to give myself time to grow and develop, because like even if I got a boob job, I'm thinking about like if I got a boob job at like 19, they would look a certain way, but then your body's still developing, so they would completely change no matter what. So give it time, give yourself some grace, and yeah, do whatever you want to do at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Also, sorry about the sniffles and like my nose running. My allergies are crazy, and also, so I have like a crazy deviated symptom. I've broken my nose probably 5 times. Let's go through it. First time, we were playing crack the egg on the trampoline, and like we were rolling around, you know, on the trampoline, and my face got jumped on, not on purpose. We were just little kitties, so broke my nose there. Second time, cross country race, got elbowed in the face, broke my nose there. Third time, car accident, broke my nose there, 75 miles an hour into basically a brick wall, aka a parked car. Broke my nose there. I do know that. And then most recent time that I remember was in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. After the Cowboy Bar, I came home and the shower was really slippery, and I slipped and fell out of the shower and hit my face on the toilet. So with this deviated septum, my nose drips a lot, and I know it's giving like cocaine usage. You guys know my disdain for cocaine. But yeah, please bear with me on the sniffling, especially as the weather changes. It just fucks with my head. Someone said dating apps feel so hopeless and soul-sucking. Yeah, that's because they are. I think if you're using dating apps, I mean, listen, people do find love on dating apps for sure, absolutely. But I think if you use dating apps narcissistically, then they do what they actually are supposed to do, which is essentially just like a boost of confidence. You know, get on there, swipe your little heart away, have a little fun flirt, a little conversation. That's what they're kind of for, you know? But I think like most people are searching for love in the real world. Let's be honest. People are searching for love in the real world. And I've said it once and I'll say it again, but I think any woman, anybody, I don't care who you are, can walk up to somebody they find attractive at a bar, at a social event, at whatever, spark up a conversation and be like, buy me a drink. You know, I think if you're in an area where it's like mostly singles, of course, like be aware of, you know, maybe they have a girlfriend, maybe they have like something going on, but you can always walk up to somebody, spark a conversation, feel out the energy, feel out they want to keep talking, and casually just be like, okay, do you want to buy me a drink? And then go from there. I think that works 10 times better than a dating app. And I know as women, you're like, but I need a man to come up to me, but I don't want to blah, blah, blah. Like, sure, you can have that. Absolutely. But also, like, are you going to really let that person go? If you look at them across the bar and you're having a little flirt off, are you really going to let them go? Or are you just going to like grow some balls and walk up to them and say something? I think women can always pull. I truly believe that. I think women can always pull. I think you can always walk up to a man if he's single, you know, shoot your shot and probably shoot 10 for 10 always. You guys, I added to my fish tank, I got some little like baby tetras, which are like teeny tiny little like blue fish, and I got 8 of them because they'll school together to put in my fish tank, and they're so cute. I also got another snail, but oh my god, my snail was attacking the other snail. Not attacking. At first I was like, maybe they're fucking. No, he was eating its shell. I was like, this is not gonna work. I gotta remove you guys. I really do. But I'm in my fish tank era. I love it. I'll get so high and just stare at these fish. It truly is Nat Geo in my living room, and I love every second of it. Someone said, I feel like I'm entering a new era. How to prepare? Oh, you and me both, babe. New season. We are entering a new season. A new bombshell has entered the villa. Like, everybody is feeling it in their bones, the need for change, the need for transformation. That in tandem with just like I said, going into physically a new season. We're about to enter fall. We're about to enter winter. We're looking towards those months and how to prepare. And also like eclipse season, astrology kind of in tandem with that, where spiritually we are being asked to change and transform. Everybody is feeling the need to like spread their wings and fly, and it is very valid and very real, and I think that's what creates the drive and whimsy in life. So give into it. Okay, if you feel the calling, give into it, not in a bad way, but in a good way. So to prepare, I talk about dreaming, you know, manifesting in that sort of way, being able to create a future out of what you dream and seek for yourself. A lot of this for me comes through script writing and visualization. Script writing is when I sit down and I literally will write out every single detail of what I want my life to look like in, who knows, it could be 3 months, it could be a year, it could be 5 years, whatever timeline you're looking at. I will literally sit down and script write from morning to evening. as many details as possible. It'll be like, I wake up in a bed with these sheets, with my big windows, my cat's laying next to me, you know, I have like a silk pajama set on and long blonde hair. I get up, I put comfy slippers on, and I walk through my penthouse apartment. Like, dream as big as possible in as many details as possible. Like, where do you work? What does she look like? What does she wear? What does she eat? What does she do? What are her hobbies? Script right in detail. I think it is a very powerful manifestation tool. And then also visualization. I'm a big visualizer, so I do love a mood board. If you guys are ever in the mood for like spiritual homework or just like self-work homework, I share that on the Patreon every Sunday, sometimes Monday if I miss a day or if I'm like busy on the weekend, but at least once a week I'll share some homework. I think the homework for this week is going to be mood boarding for our new season. So I do love getting on Pinterest and just collecting a bunch of photos of like what I want to do, who do I want to be, what am I visualizing. It could be anything from like food to environment to activities to colors to shapes to truly anything I feel called to, and then I'll just like collage it all together. So then mentally and physically, just like I have a well-rounded understanding of how I want to change, where I want to grow, what do I want to develop, and what do I want to include. Now, if you're trying to include new things in your life, especially going into a new season, here comes the hard parts. Here comes the hard part, girls. You gotta create room for it. You gotta create space. You gotta let go. You gotta get rid of. You gotta do a spiritual and energetic cleansing. Okay? Because if you don't have room for new things, for new blessings, for new manifestations, they're not going to come true. And the only thing blocking those manifestations from coming true, from that new season, from being exactly what you want it to be, is you're holding on to old baggage. You're holding on to old things that are not helping you grow, that are not helping you transform. You're holding on to negative behaviors, negative thought patterns, negative people, negative places. You're not allowing that forward momentum because you're holding on so tightly to the past. You're holding on to basically an anchor when you're trying to float to the top. You know what I mean? So what can we release? You know, what do you need space from? What do you need to get rid of? Those are also questions you need to be asking yourself. You can journal this out, you know, you can light a little candle, sit down with your journal and ask yourself, like, what do you need to purge from your life? If you are essentially like packing boxes spiritually to get rid of things, if you're making a donation pile in your mind, what are your things you want to donate? What are the things you want to get rid of that you don't need spiritually anymore? What are the things that are holding you back that you can release to make space for newness and prosperity? Or what newness are you trying to bring in, and like what's its opposite that maybe you're holding on to? Once you get rid of that opposite, you'll make space for that positive. So cleansing, and also just like perseverance, you know? Sometimes life gets hard, sometimes it gets a little crazy, sometimes it gets a little wild. That's okay, but we need to persevere through it all. Those dreams that you wrote down in your script writing, you can make those happen. You just must persevere. You must take the next step. You must keep moving forward. You must do the work to get there. You know what I mean? You know, thinking about getting rid of things is easy, but it's doing it. That's the hard part, you know, cutting ties with that person, moving out of that place, getting rid of that negative thing, getting rid of that negative energy, doing the self-work that's hard, that's a little bit darker. It's hard to do, but it's necessary. You must persevere through it so then you're able to bring new things and new blessings. I'll tell you what though, it is always worth it. I made a friend at the club. She's like the host, the little host girl. I was like, you're my new bestie. Like, we are gonna dance it out every time I'm at this club. Like, we have to dance it out together. And she looked at me while we were dancing behind the DJ booth, and she's like, I'm so jealous of you. Like, it looks like you have everything together. And I was like, how old are you? Like, let me clock your tea. How old are you? She's like, 22. I was like, oh girl, you have so much time. Like, when I was 22, I was a hot mess. You have a cool ass job. You have a cool ass vibe. Like, you're doing so much better than me at 22. But I'm also like 26, you know, this comes with time, this comes with dedication. Like, do not worry. Every year, every single day, every single week is an opportunity to level up, to become who you want to be. Like, do not be jealous because you will be me and you are kind of me. Like, do not even worry, babe. Any sort of self-work you put into yourself will always pay off tenfold. It will always be worth it. Even the hard work, even the dirty work, even the grimy work where you're covered in mud and dirt and blood and scabbed up, girl. It is always worth it. I have gone to the deepest, darkest depths of my soul to do some work. And it's scary and it's spooky down there, I'll tell you what, but it is always, always worth it because I always come out on top. I always come out with new understanding. I always come out in a better place. I've been able to build the life that I wanted to build for myself for years because I just never gave up. I persevered. I persisted. I kept trying. I kept putting myself out there. I kept making space for myself. I kept manifesting. I kept dreaming. It is always worth it because you will create the life you so wish you desire. But it's exciting. New season. We're entering our fall era. You mind if a white girl catch a little vibe with the orange trees? You know what I mean? You mind if I put on my knee-high boots and my tweed skirt and take a little stroll down the autumn-leaved trail? That was a word salad, I'll tell you what. But it is exciting. There's a change in the air. There is this idea of newness and beginning. And listen, Halloween's coming up. It's going to get a little chillier. It's going to get a little colder. We got so many holidays coming up. End of the year things. We're starting to look back at the beginning of the year and asking ourselves, like, where do we want to go now? How do we want to transform? It's an exciting time. Feed into that excitement. Make sure you build that excitement up in yourself. Don't freak yourself out or try and scare yourself. Like, build that energy up inside yourself so you have something to kind of like power through with, to feed off of energetically, to keep you pushing forward. But it's going to be so amazing and so beautiful. I cannot wait to see where we all get. Oh, it's going to be so good. Ooh, someone said, I know I deserve more, but I'm also horny AF and a girl has needs. Is it okay to just hook up for fun? Absolutely. Absolutely. You think I'm going to sit up here and be like, no, you are not allowed to have fun as a woman and you must always hold yourself to higher standards? That's crazy. Like, men be whoring themselves out. I think if a woman wants to have a little peen for a little fun or a little puss, who is going to blame her? Hello, we're women. We deserve to have fun. We deserve to enjoy our sexuality as much as the next person. Now, I do think if you are going to hook up, you should at least have some standards, okay? Like, at least a couple. If you think they're not relationship material, that's okay. Are they at least good sex material? Are they good sex material? Are you have amazing chemistry? Is he super attractive, Is it a hookup where it's like, I'm going to be thinking about this dick for a long time? That's what you go after. Those are the standards you have. Not just like, oh, I'll settle for any man in here because I just need a little bit of some peen. No, 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 no. Like, at least have some standards where it's like you're attracted to them. You know that they'll provide a good sexual time. Like, you're making out at the club and it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't wait to see where it goes next. Don't just settle by being like, well, I'm in this position now, sure, whatever, because that's going to be a mediocre experience and your needs are not going to be met and that's not going to be fun. At least have some standards where it's like, okay, but like, are we gonna get freaky? Like, am I throwing ass on this man and he's catching it? Like, are we gonna get freaky as fuck after this? Then go for it. Absolutely. But no, I'm never gonna shame a woman for wanting to hook up with a man or wanting to like enjoy their sexuality. I am pro sexuality. I'm pro experience your sexuality, but like minimal standards to the point of like, are you going to have a good time? Are you going to have a good time? Are they going to have a good time? Can that man provide a roller coaster style hookup experience for you? Then yes, please go after it. Oh my God, I pulled up my notes app and it's the edible thoughts. Another edible thought I had was it was like a TikTok video that came up and it was the Chapel Roan Subway song. I think she dated the girl that the Subway is about when she was like before she was like big blow up famous. And I thought to myself, I was like, actually, actually, I think the worst situation ever would be you dating like a niche artist and then you break up and then all of a sudden they're like the most famous artist in the entire world. Could you imagine? That is my worst fucking nightmare. Could you imagine? You would never be able to escape them. I mean, best nightmare or best dream would be you being the artist. You know what I mean? Like, girl, fuck you. Now you got to see me on every fucking billboard. But I know that girl is like ripping her hair out. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I cannot escape. I cannot escape. That is like so scary. But congratulations, Chapel Rowan. Oh, and also TikTok Shop has not gotten me yet. It has not gotten me yet. Listen, I've added things to cart. I've seen those lip stains. I've seen those cheap ass sets. I've thought about it. Often edible, especially like I'm in there like, but it's $20. But it's $20. TikTok Shop has not gotten me yet though, and that's the one thing that I'm like I have to stay strong simply because I haven't done it yet. But the one thing that almost gets me every single time, the one thing where I'm like actually adding it to cart and pulling up the card information and about to get up and go get my card, the candy shops, the online candy stores where it's like you can build your own mixed bag of candy for that, just like £5 for $35 or whatever, or like the mixed containers of gummy candy, the gummy candy websites. Oh, girl, every single time I am on that goddamn app, 10:30 rolls around, I am deep into 10 milligrams, practically one with my bed. I get those gummy candy videos. It takes everything in me not to buy 10 pounds of candy right then and there. But like I said, nothing on TikTok Shop has gotten me yet. So I'm like, I must stay strong. Someone asked side hustle jobs for making money, all caps, in college. Okay, I don't think you're going to make like money in college, especially if you're young, just because, hello, you're in college. That is your full-time job. I will say that. But I do think you can make enough money to like have fun on the weekends, afford like alcohol, afford like some new clothes every once in a while, afford like going out to the movies, or like once in a while being able to like go out to eat with friends, and also like groceries. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to make like saving money, but I think you'll be able to make money enough that you'll be able to live and survive. What did I do in college? I sold edibles. Do not recommend. I don't do that anymore. Police state who is watching me at every point in time. I don't do that anymore, but I did definitely do that in college my freshman year when I was at a Catholic school, because no one sold weed at the Catholic school. And I said, there's a niche here. There's an opening. Why don't I do it? Okay. So that's what I did. Don't recommend. I also babysat. I think babysitting can be very lucrative if you find the right families. If you're in a college town where it's like rich families, girl, get on care.com, pay to have that background check done. Get yourself a little part-time babysitting gig, especially if it's at night. It's like I would show up, we'd have an hour there where it's like, you know, the kids got to go to bed at like 7 p.m. at the latest. So it's like, let's have dinner, let's turn on a movie. Okay, good night. Then you're there while the parents are still out because they know their baby's asleep. So that they're out to like 11, maybe 1 a.m. So then all you got to do is like hang out, eat free food, do homework if you need to. Like, it's so easy, and they usually pay fantastically. So I think babysitting is a fantastic gig, especially while you're young. Even after school nannying, if it's like not super time consuming, like I think an everyday thing could be too much. Serving is also great if you do have previous experience, and if you can find a restaurant job that's like, yeah, we only need you on the weekends or whatever. I think that can be a fantastic gig to do when you are in college. But ultimately, I think the best job in the entire world to have in college is to work like the front desk somewhere on campus. Always. Not only will they like pay you, hello, but usually it's like minimal requirements, so you get to basically just sit there clocked in doing homework the entire time. If you have a hard time doing homework, it's also like, okay, well, it's forcing you to do it because you're sitting there. Like the front desk of the library, front desk of a certain study hall, front desk of a dorm building. That's the absolute best place. My mom did front desk at a hotel, but only at nights in college. So she would be clocked in like until 1, 2 a.m. from like, I don't know, 7 to 2. And like that was her shift. But also like no one's coming into the hotel that late or needs anything that late. So she was just studying the entire time. Like I said, these will pay for the little things. Is it enough to save? Probably not, but it's enough to like make enough money to survive. So do whatever you can, you know? Also, number one way to make money in college is if you have a fake ID, you know, be the person who buys the alcohol. If the bottle was like $20, tell them it was 25 and pocket the 5 for yourself. That's really how the college kids make money, I'll tell you what. Someone asked, what's your favorite position currently? Are we talking sex positions? Of course you guys are. Of course you're talking sex positions. Currently, my go-tos have been face down, ass up. What is that? Oh, back shots. Duh. Hello. Like, I just gotta lay there and I know my ass looks good. So, hello. That and also reverse cowgirl. A lot of reverse situations recently. I think that's because, okay, so here's the T, girlies. As you move through, so pretend my hand is like your uterus. So right now it's in an up and down position if you're an audio listener. As your cycle changes, your uterus will naturally tilt kind of in different directions. So like on my period, sometimes it will like sit lower and like tilt up. When I'm ovulating, sometimes it'll sit higher and tilt back. It will like kind of change the tilt, change, you know, the space inside. So according to however my uterus is sitting, I usually adjust the sex position accordingly. Because like, if my uterus is sitting lower and tilted forward, that's going to be really uncomfortable for back shots. You know what I mean? Because it's like my uterus is essentially a punching bag now. And no one wants to go through that, especially with an IUD inside of you. Like, talk about horrible, awful pain. So you adjust accordingly, you know? Like, I can't always do reverse cowgirl, especially in certain points of my cycle, because like that position, like I said, will feel like a uterus punching bag situation. But right now it's felt nice. It's felt right for whatever cycle I'm in. I think I'm ovulating right now. But I definitely go through phases where it's like, okay, this week we're pretty much only doing like missionary or on top. This week we're doing like a lot of mostly 69ing. This week we're doing a lot of like back shots. This week we're doing this week, you know, usually I find like one rhythm that feels nice, and then like I'll feel my uterus shift and I'm like, okay, well, let's switch positions. So pay attention to your body. Key to having good sex, being aware of your body. I know it's a little scary to be aware of your body sometimes, but she, you know, is meant for experiencing pleasure. You know, pay attention to what feels good for you. Pay attention to like what pleasure is heightened in what positions. If you know, can even let's talk about this. I've never talked about this before. Coming from penetration. Vote below if you can, you know, get off on penetration, or if you can't. I think, what is it? I think it's only like 20% of women can actually come from penetration. Oh, I was close. I did a guess, but it was 18.4% of women can orgasm from intercourse alone. Okay. I'm the kind of girl where it's like, honestly, I can, but the orgasm I feel from penetration compared to the orgasm I feel from like clitoral stimulation, very, very different. Very different. I think a real orgasm feeling comes mostly from clitoral stimulation. Truly and honestly, I think that gives me like the real, like, leg shaking, eyes rolling into the back of the head. But I can have a similar euphoric feeling from penetration. It just does not get me all the way there. It does not. I mean, we can do our little thing for sure, but if I want to like really get off, clitoral stimulation is a must. I don't know where I was going there, but I don't know. The thought came to my head. Men be like, what do you mean my 4-inch dick didn't get you off? Girl, not to size shame. Listen, not to size shame. But men, don't be afraid to use your fingers, okay? Don't be afraid to get down there, get dirty, make sure she's getting off. And you know what? Maybe you're a man who's like going into battle. Like if you need a sword, aka a vibrator, like if you need some tools to finish the job, no one's gonna complain. No one's gonna complain. Let's talk another biggest fear. Not only the you breaking up and then your ex is like the world's biggest pop star. Could you imagine going over to a man's house and he has a community vibrator? Like you go over for like a hookup situation and he pulls out a vibrator. Like, how many women have you used that on? And do not put that on me at all. That's scary. Oh, how fun. You guys, we have so much fun here on the Smoke Sesh podcast. Today really has given sleepover energy. So thank you for being here. I don't know why I'm a little delirious today. I don't know what's going on, but I'm definitely like cuckoo bananas o'clock. I'll tell you what. I think it's because I have a lot to do. I have a lot to do today, which is like thankful, hashtag blessed, hashtag happy. But sometimes when I'm like I'm on go work mode, it's like, ooh, I'm a little out of it, loves, I will say. But I think we had fun nonetheless. I love you all so much. I hope you had a good time. Let's keep doing these little girly episodes. Let's keep doing these little sleepover episodes. Maybe I'll get like my bed out here and we'll just do like a real sleepover episode. I want to do a wine episode because I get off the wine and I get fucking crazy. It'll be definitely a toxic episode, so prepare for that. Maybe we'll do like a real sleepover wine episode. That could be hilarious. If there's anything you want to see from me. Oh, someone asked for like more homework. I do post a lot of homework on the Patreon, but I will start making more homework segments for you guys if there's things you guys want to work on. But like I said, if you want to support, if you want to keep the Smoke Sesh podcast running, A, listen to those ads. Thank you, Spotify listeners. And B, if you want to donate and support the Patreon, patreon.com/smokeseshshoddy. I love my Patreon girls. The girls really be supporting and uplifting and loving each other over there. And it makes my heart so happy that you guys have each other. Every week they submit questions for the Patreon only episode, which last week it was 2 hours long. Okay. So if you want more content, like it's not just an extra hour. Like I go until I answer every single fucking question. And under each question, it's like the girls responding to each other, just giving support, which I think is so sweet and kind. So if you need a little support, if you want to be deeper in the community, come join the Patreon, patreon.com/smokeseshshoddy. I do upload a lot of content there. And with a new month coming up, that means new book club books, new tarot card readings. I'll be uploading a fall mood board. Lots of things like that. Anything that I come across, and I'm like, you know what? I need to share it with the girls. I always share there. I'm uploading a new recipe this week. Did you guys ever grow up eating the breakfast toaster strudels? Not the strawberry ones, but like the egg and bacon and cheese ones. Those were my faves. We weren't an Eggo house. We were either cereal or toaster strudels house. That's what we ate every single morning. So I'm making a bacon, egg, and cheese toaster strudel recipe. I mean, literally they take 5 fucking minutes. So come hang out on the Instagram if you want more ideas, recipes, see what I'm up to at Hannah Marlene. But with that being said, I love you all so much. Remember to make space in your heart and your soul and your spirit for new blessings, for new amazing opportunities. Don't forget to dream a little bit this week to create the future that you so desperately desire and want in your life. I'm starting horseback riding lessons. I'm so excited. I'm like, I just know I need to be on a horse. I do. I know, new season. I know I need to be on a horse. Let's figure it out. Let's get on a fucking horse. And guess what? I'm doing it. Anything you want to do, no matter how weird or crazy or side questy it is, go out, go do it, go enjoy your life. Your life's meant to be lived and enjoyed and experienced. Be safe, stay sane, have fun, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.